Good morning, everyone. Welcome to College Dunia podcast. Today we have with us a man who is not only an IITian but has also shaped a lot of bright minds in the IITs during his long and established career. Today, he is leading the higher education fraternity in one of the top private universities of the country, the NIIT University. We have with us Professor Dr. Rajesh Khanna, the president of the NIIT University. Very good morning, sir.
Good morning, David. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Yeah. So recently, NU has won the prestigious Airy Water Sustainability Award under Domestic Water Users category. Many congratulations for that. The Airy IWA in India aims to initiate a dialogue to encourage sustainable development of water through the adoption of the water neutrality approach. So my first question would be, what are the various sustainable initiatives that NIIT University has taken?
We have taken some very special initiatives, but let me start by saying that it is a way of life for us. So every little thing that we do, we think of sustainability. So while it's a way of life, we have some very focused initiatives also. And it started with the way the university was built.
Okay.
And a special care was taken so that not even a single truckload of soil went out of the site when it was constructed.
Okay.
And none of it, was brought in also. And also the natural lie of the land, that was maintained. So nothing was flattened to make or to ease, in construction. So whatever the terrain was and whatever the lie of the land was, it was preserved. Not a single tree was cut when it was.
That's a great thing.
And if you come to the university, you will see that as you enter, we diverted the road and widened it so that the tree in the middle of it are very cherished, one of the many Jal Pilu trees that we have. To preserve that tree, we actually widened and diverted the road also.
Okay.
So it started from there. And then when we got the permission to have a university here, a part was, a promise that we made at that time was to green the area around us.
Okay.
And it is between Aravali Hills, nestled among the Aravali Hills. That's where the university is in Nimrana. And the hills were it was all degradation taking place, and they were barren. And so much so that the hill next to the campus is called Kali Pahadi.
Okay.
And it is called Kali Pahadi because there's very little greenery there. Now, one of the mission is to green it so much with afforestation, and build trees, plant trees, take care of them, that it becomes a Hari Pahadi rather than a Kali Pahadi.
Okay.
So a lot of effort goes into greening the adjoining area.
Okay.
And that greening is not just planting trees, but choosing trees in a way which are maybe local to the system here and have a greater chance of success. And then we do it every time, you see, and especially around the monsoons, we have a special drive to plant the trees. So first is greening the hill and the adjoining area. That's where the major effort is. Because when you green them, then the rainfall increases, the soil erosion is less, and also the water table increases even though there is transpiration. But the overall impact that we have seen is that the soil erosion, the runoff is catched. It is controlled. So that is one. now to maintain these trees, we have a very special drip irrigation system. So it is not open irrigation. So we conserve every water droplet in that. So that is one another thing that we do. Then we have these sustainability, or rather reuse of water that we get. So we recycle, more than 95% of the water which we draw from the ground.
That's a great thing.
And that water, we use it in various capacities for drinking, for washing, for watering the fields, and in the toilets. So we have a very elaborate distribution system, so that we are able to control what quality of water is used for what usage. So that system is in place. The water treatment plant is in place. That is run by us only, and very, very operationally efficient and state-of-the-art water treatment. So we are able to use and recycle more than 95% of the water that we draw in. So that is another initiative. The major initiative, these are the things that we do. And we have check dams, because when it rains, because of the slopes, a lot of water runoff is there. So we have made a lot of check dams and recharge wells, so that we are able to control that runoff, and all the water that falls here and also comes down from the hills is actually goes down into the soil, and it is recharged. It's used to recharge the soil, and we can check the water table. But all these are things that we do. Our major impact is what we do with our students. Because these students would spread all over the world, and that's a great multiplying factor, and we educate that generation about sustainability. So it is taken very seriously. It's a way of life with us. The students are a very, very active participant in all these activities. Every student plants a tree. Every visitor who visits the university, even if it's for a very short visit, they plant a tree, and that tree is very clearly marked and named by the person who plants it. And we have visitors, coming back after many, many years and trying to locate their plant and look at it very fondly. So it is lot of operations, the mindset, and also the way we mentor our students and teach them about sustainability through our actions, through our teaching, through our results. So it is sustainability in everything that we do. If I'm allowed to say this.
Agreed. So like you mentioned, that there are a lot of methodological developments that have been done to maintain this sustainability, the water sustainability. So in sync with that, you have also involved students, the current students, probably the fresh batches, the passing batches, everybody, so that they are, being the younger generation, they are taught about this critical agenda, which is a global phenomenon, not only in India. So my question to you would be, are you also involved with the local community, and how are you helping, apart from NIIT University, how are you helping the local community?
That's I think the most important component is we developed a university here. We came from outside. This ecosystem, these hills, this whole place belong to the local people, and they have a way of living, and they take care of their environment. It is only when we have something coming from outside, then this whole thing is disturbed. So we have been very, very careful that our footprint, when we came here and the way we constructed the university and the way we operate, first of all, we have minimal disturbance to the existing systems. And whatever effect we have, it is always positive. So that is, in terms of the operations with respect to the local system. Then we are very much a part of the local community. So the RAT community, we have been very, very, careful, and also very willingly become a part of this community where we have at this point we have a lot of water warriors around us. So we have created a team of water warriors around us. And we also show that, and the idea is that these water warriors will then increase in numbers and then we'll have a greater impact. So that is one. So we have a minimal impact and which is seen and appreciated by people around us. So that is there. So that has gotten us an entry into the local community. Because they see that we are not intruding and we are like them. Become a part of the community. I think that was the key. We think that we are part of the community. So this is one. Then we do a lot of greening around us and those efforts are seen by the people. Then we have regular, interaction with among the local community. And then we also create this team of water warriors like we do with our students. And then our students also have this community connect where they go and meet, and our teachers also go and meet. And also the greening of the hill where we support of the local people who are dependent on these forest area for wood for their sustenance. So I think the key point is that to understand that there is sustenance that has to be derived. While the forest has to be sustainable, there is a sustenance for human being also that is derived from the forest.
Absolutely.
Because of the grazing and the fuel wood. And so it's both ways. So we are very, very cognizant of this, that there is a livelihood that is dependent on the forest. So in that sense, you see, people understand when your motives are clear and you are sincere and you're contributing, then this mixing with the community and acceptance with the community is natural. See, people understand, who's their friend, who's their, who's exploiting.
Absolutely.
So at this point, we are in a very good space where all around us, we have a good set of people and we are all working towards sustaining the ecosystem around us. We have also, the people visit us, the university, everyone around, we have special days where people visit us. We celebrate the local festivals. At this point, maybe we are a local community, you see. So, I think of us as local community. So,
got it, sir.
It's no longer, somebody, outsider coming here and interacting with the local community.
Got it, sir.
We have become local. If that gives you a good answer. We are local.
Absolutely correct. Sir, so now when NIIT, being itself a brand, being itself one of the most prestigious private universities in the country, now when they have received an award, won the award in such a critically acclaimed sector, the water sustainability, a lot of people will be talking about it, obviously. The thing which they won't understand unless we talk about it would be the challenges which you have faced while creating this impact. So would you be interested to highlight a few of the challenges which you actually faced while doing this?
And it's not that we really want to advertise our challenges. Everyone on this earth and the Mother Earth itself, faces so many challenges. And our challenges are nothing compared to, what people around the world or the climate, around the world people are facing. So this is just to put our challenges in perspective. Not that it has been easy for us, but I'm very mindful of our challenges versus what challenges exist everywhere, including us and elsewhere. So our challenges were manageable. I think it started with a will to be carbon neutral, try to have minimum impact, and try to bring sustainability in everything we do. So the challenges were, of course, to preserve things as they were. So how to construct. It's very easy to, you must have seen all around, the way things are being constructed are that things are flattened, raised, and then a flat structure is there, and then it's easy to construct. And that's the way, most of the constructions take place. For us to even design something, a functional university which would have, and a residential university which would have, people living 24 hours here, and playgrounds, classes, rooms, residential places, and everything. And to follow the lie of the land, so that. Just to give an example, we have to. So the designing part was very, very critical. So all the depressions are being used as amphitheaters. Some of them have been used as amphitheaters. Some of them has been used as a meeting point. So we have a very large bowl area. That is, we didn't disturb it. So we used it as a meeting place. And then amphitheaters are made on the depressions. Then you follow that lie of the land. I think the designing was the biggest challenge. And then fortunately, there are people who can solve this. And it's a very, very solvable problem if you're not, looking for a quick solution, an easy solution.
Right.
If you're prepared to design something and then stick to that design. So that means that the willingness, spending time, be patient, get the right people to design the university, the architecture, the master planning. So all that was a big challenge, but there are people who did it. So that is one. And of course, when you do all this, you spend money. So there's a monetary cost to all of this. The time is a cost, monetary cost is there. So we did all of that, and we are happy that we did it. It's money well spent. And so these were the challenges in terms of the money, extra money that has to be spent, extra designing, careful designing that has to be there. And then setting up, the whole system of how the water is distributed, and then to have a curriculum designed around teaching students and mentoring them and telling them what water, is, or what sustainability is, to make them understand all of this. Right. So I would say I think the biggest challenge is to talk to people and to sensitize them and to enable them and to empower them and to teach them by example and give them a roadmap that this is how, if you go forward, maybe, we will be able to sustain. Right. It's a big gift, but maybe we'll be able to sustain. So I think the biggest challenge is human mind. Right. You get people, and then you have to tell them that, this is an issue. So once people understand, and now people understand, so much is happening, so much awareness is there, that people understand that, water is an issue, sustainability is an issue. So we work, so that is one challenge. The other challenge is, as a private university that we face, and a young university we face, is to be able to bring the government, the people, the experts, the money, and everything together. So that while there is a vision and we are doing our part, so other than just mentoring people and telling them about sustainability and creating that workforce and a generation where people are cognizant of this and they know how to take care of sustainability. The other big challenge is to actually get everyone on board and maintain the livelihood because of the forest. So while the economic benefits can be derived from all of this, so a little bit of consumption would happen, but then how to sustain it? And then to get the government, government helps, the people help, but still it's a big challenge. The scale at which we want to do, we would actually, be very happy if more and more people from other industries, and there are a lot of industries around us. So those industry people, the government, the NGOs, the scientists, the social scientists, all of them, they come together. I think that is a big challenge. It's a bit difficult for a university that is still growing. So we do not, at this point, have the bandwidth to do this. So all help. And with this, and whosoever, reads this, we are ready to participate, to have people join us in this whole, big sustainability drive. It's just, a little bit overwhelming,
Absolutely.
Especially because we are still growing. Maybe, few years from now, we'll be able to do it better. So this is one.
Absolutely.
So I think two major challenges. One is the human mind, the new generation. That is our job. That's a university's job. So we do it. Another is coordinating the
bodies, the government bodies and all. Various bodies here.
Yes, the challenge which which we can solve by being patient, by spending money, by being careful. That we don't consider a challenge because it is entirely solvable by us.
Right.
So, personally, I don't think as a challenge. If it is solvable, where is the challenge? There is no challenge. So we can do it by spending money. We do it.
Yes, sir.
Or spending time. We do it. Please go ahead.
During answering this question, you also mentioned that, and it was really, really humble of you that you considered your challenges as a tiny bit of the global factor, which is there, prevalent in Middle Eastern, African countries. And we can read every now and then about the water challenges being faced by the local communities, right? So, does NIIT, being one of the universities which is boasting like anything, has a vision towards the global water problem?
Yes, we have. So we contribute and the vision is, of course, it harbors around sustainability. You see, we have enough water. You see, it's just that water is not usable. And it's disproportionately. It's not evenly distributed also. So there's, it's at some places there's huge amount. There's some places there's none. But humans and the vegetation, the human, the nature, all that has to exist everywhere. You see, we can't just say that we live only in the places that are, very good to live. And that cannot happen now. It was true thousands of years ago. But it cannot happen now. We have to live everywhere. Humans have to live everywhere. Animals would be everywhere. So the vision is, first of all, the acceptance that we live everywhere. So we will consume water, and we will consume water in a way that is sustainable, which means that different use of different types of water, so that we have use for all kinds of water. Then also revive. So one of the major contribution that NIIT University is making is trying to revive lost water bodies. And one of the example is that we're trying to revive the Sabi River. That's a 300 kilometer long river, and the river is one of the starting point. So if the rivers, the rainwater, the glaciers, they are the ones who kind of allow that water to be distributed evenly.
Right.
You see, otherwise it's there in the mountains. You see how the water from the mountains come to us. It comes to the rivers and then it goes to the ground, and then if there is excess, the water bed and the water, so they are like Jivan Dhara. That's what we call them. So rivers, revival of rivers is a major thing that we are doing, especially with River Sabi, that we are trying to get the local community, the government of Delhi, Rajasthan, Haryana, the three states that are related to this. So we understand, first of all, that water has to be made available to people, and different types of water can be used for different activities, human activities, that is there. And then trying to revive the water bodies, and especially the rivers, because that kind of distribute the benefits of the water to people. Also act as capacitors for excess water, so they hold it and then it goes to the water. So it's a very, very important concept there. And then we also create through our students directly, and this whole concept of water warriors. And then these water warriors, now they're less in number, and then their numbers would increase. They'll become like a brigade or a regiment, and then spread all over. So that is the vision, through educating humans, our students, people around us, giving a structure to that, water conservation team, and then revival of rivers, and most of all, be a role model. So we believe that if we preach something, then we have to practice it first. First, we have to understand that whether it works or not.
Right.
And then, so that is what we do as a university. So we practice, we will be a role model. See that this is possible. So while our impact in the adjoining area, it's only a very small part of the whole Aravalli range or the deforestation problem, but we'll show that it works. So it's like a role. If it works and other people catch up, then that's the best we can do.
Right.
So that's about it. We try to be a role model. We try to get the right solution, and we have the, in a way, right understanding of water. I think that is, and sustainability. That is more important. So it is not an extreme that we stop consumption completely, so you understand that human body needs. This planet needs consumption. You see, otherwise, how would people and the whole world live?
Right.
But has to live in a very smart way, intelligent way, in a sustainable way.
Right. So okay. So I think when you said that the crux of the info which you gave, taking one step at a time and developing the entire project would be something everybody should work upon. So when I talk about the perspective of universities, and I'm not talking only about NIIT, NIIT has done this, proven this, and obviously awarded because of the work they have done. So I'm talking about universities as a whole, probably central universities, state universities, private universities across India. What message do you think you can give to them to focus on building a green narrative in today's scenario?
So, see, all of us understand that the source of knowledge, the solution lies in knowledge, and empathy and understanding, and willingness. So that knowledge component of the solution. I mean, universities have to contribute. You see, universities is where all knowledge is created. Majority of the scientific solutions, social solutions, they come from universities.
Absolutely.
So the universities have to invest and to keep this as a focus area. So at times, universities develop in a way where they have some kind of momentum going, or some research program is going, or some teaching program is going well.
Right.
So the universities have their own set of challenges. They have to be financially viable also, and while they have to teach, some and do a lot of things. So universities have to earmark a part of their resources in terms of teaching, research, and everything to the issue of sustainability. So while they continue doing whatever other research and knowledge generation they are doing and mentoring they are doing, but at least every university should have some little part, at least some little part, if not substantial, which is given to sustainability, because the key is the generation understanding that we have to be sustainable. And if the generation understands, then they'll find the solution. You see, we can find the solution now, but if this solution finding has to be sustainable, then the new generation has to find it. So universities have to take this as an obligation that at least part of their resources would be dedicated to this. The second, and knowledge, and create knowledge around it. The second is, universities are in a good place to be role models. So if university does something and it then catches on with the students, then the effect is multiplicative. So we can use this position of the world looking up to universities for inspiration, for knowledge. I think we should leverage that. And why leverage? I mean, it's an obligation of the university to contribute in this. So two ways. One is by doing things ourselves, and then leverage our position in the society to pass on the message and be a role model. That's
Absolutely.
it. Other than that, university resources in terms of finances are very, very small compared to the corporate world and the government and the society. So universities will probably never be so rich, and that will never happen. You see, that they will be able to contribute financially to these solutions. So I don't see that happening, but with a multiplicative effect and as a role model and generating new knowledge, I think they can contribute a lot.
Got it, sir.
Money has to come from government, people, and corporates.
Absolutely. Okay, sir. So since we have only 10 minutes left, my final question to you would be, what message, as a common Indian of the country and the president of the finest university in the country, what message would you like to give to the young bloods and the aspiring minds of our generation?
Thanks for this question, actually. See, the message is a solution exists. A solution would exist through research. A solution would exist through the willingness to be sustainable. A solution would exist through interaction with government, through society, through corporates, through NGOs.
Right.
So it's not that the solution would come from just one person. So be open, look at the stakeholders, see their perspective, and try to network all of that and find a solution. So first of all, have faith that the solution exists. Second, the solution would come from knowledge and technology, and our way of living, the way we live, the way we consume water, the way we look at sustainability and consumption, and then look at different perspective. Have a little empathy towards the way people live and their own challenges. Then see how we can have the consumption as well as the regeneration and in a smart way, so that the sustainability is there. And most of it, in their personal lives, they should have a very high bar on how they view sustainability and what they are willing to sacrifice in the name of sustainability or for sustainability. So if we are able to create that feeling that even if I forego certain thing that I think at this point is very important for me, but when I do a complete analysis or even an incomplete analysis and I have an indication that maybe if I don't do this, it is better for sustainability and it's better for the world as a whole, or Mother Earth as a whole, we should have that kind of feeling that we can give, we can forego certain things. I think that is the biggest message. Having faith, the willingness to change, and the courage to forego certain things which we think is are good, are interesting, are important in our life. So we should be ready to forego those for the greater good, and also dive very deep in technology. And I think the aspect that is not probably not given that much importance is that there is a technological solution. You see, that comes. If we dive deep and the best minds are solving this problem, then we'll have a solution. You see, it is possible. The human mind has solved bigger problems. You see, and this is in a way, we can solve. Look at all the things that are happening in the energy space. Look at all the things that are happening in the water regeneration and the usage of water. I think technologically, we need to have faith that if we dive deep, if we believe, and if we are ready to put our resources to it, we'll find a solution. It's entirely doable.
Absolutely correct, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your precious time and your inputs on water sustainability. I'm sure the readers, the visitors of this interview, probably students and parents and other dignitaries, whoever will be going through this session, they'll be in a much better position to understand what actually is prevalent in the current scenario and how we can cope up with this, right? So it was a really wonderful session, very interactive session with you. Thank you so much. And having said that, I would again like to congratulate you for getting the most prestigious TD IWA award for water sustainability. And I, Nirnay Verma, on behalf of the entire team of College Dunya, would really like to congratulate you and wish you best of luck for all the future endeavors and achievements.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nirnay. It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to talk to College Dunya.
Thank you so much.
For today.